It is 70 years this week since the Country Women's Association of Australia started, the national version of it, and it's come a long way from being all about morning tea and scones.
The CWAA is now boasts 44,000 members in both regional and urban communities, and these days sees itself as a formidable lobby group championing a variety of issues with both state and federal politicians. Its national president is Nola McLeod. Nola McLeod, happy birthday to the CWAA. 70 years, yes, of the national organisation. The state organisations have been going a lot longer.
Yes.
Which is a great thing to see. I was surprised to hear that it was only 70 years young.
Yes.
So that's the connection there. But the issues that you advocate on now these days, well, can I just read a couple of them out?
Yes.
Because I think they'll surprise people. Legislating the use of cannabis for medicinal purposes. Committing to the rollout of the Be Safe program for victims of domestic violence. Banning the process of fracking in the coal seam gas industry. You're a political lobby group.
That's right. We're political, but we're not party political.
Yes.
And why have you taken up those various causes? Let's kick off with the use of cannabis for medical purposes.
Well, we listen to what's happening at grassroots level, and we've had people contact us and say, well, one in New South Wales said her son in his early 20s has got a very aggressive cancer, and they run the risk, if they use medical cannabis now, of being prosecuted. So we saw that as a very good issue to lobby about. And I'm pleased to say that New South Wales and Victoria are actually running clinical trials.
That's right. And as their widespread support, the CWA is obviously very well connected to the grassroots in rural and regional Australia. Do you expect widespread support in the bush for measures like this?
Well, we're a grassroots-driven organisation. If you look at CWA as a pyramid, the grassroots are there and the head of the body's down there. Right. So it's an inverted pyramid.
That's a good organisational structure to have.
Yes.
It's interesting you say you're not party political. I'm sure a lot of people watching would just assume that the majority of you might be National Party members, for example, the former Country Party, and on the Conservative side of politics. Is that a true reflection?
No, I think we come from all sides of politics, and when we're lobbying, if we send a letter to the Minister of Health, per se, we send the same letter to the Leader of the Opposition and to the Greens and to the Independents.
What got you involved in the association, Nola?
Well, I go back a long way. I've been a member for 42 years, and we relocated to the country in 1973, and it was the one group that I could take 3 small children to. And not feel threatened.
Yes.
And is there still that social aspect? You know, the bakes, and I have to say, some of the best scones I've eaten around the country have been baked.
I'm not discussing scones.
Yes.
Good on you.
Because the national body is neither a caterer nor is it a fundraiser. The only fundraising we have done is we've working in partnership, and we've produced a cookbook.
Yes.
But the royalties are used for a grant for rural and remote nurses to do extra trading.
How do you measure your political influence? Do you have a matrix, if you like, by which you can measure whether your lobbying and your influence actually is having a result and the desired result that you want?
Well, I think one of the best things is the fact that the clinical trials have been started. And I did send a letter to the 2 premiers of both states thanking them for that initiative, because I've said to the members it's important that we give praise where praise is due. It's very easy to sit and criticise people, but we must praise them when they've done something that makes us happy.
Nola McLeod, it's a pleasure meeting you. Happy birthday to the organisation.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.